Hey guys, how's everyone doing today? So for today's video, I'm going to be doing kind of like a favorites video, but all my favorites I'm going to be putting on my face. So for my first favorite is the Stila, what one is this? Perfect Me, Perfect Hue. It's a eye and cheek palette right here. And that's it right there. There's not much to it, but it's actually a pretty nice for a holiday palette, being that you can use like this color here as a blush, as an eyeshadow. So I'm going to be using this today. And I'm also going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. This is one of my favorite foundations also. I'm going to be using some of my newer favorite concealers right here. So we will get into all of it as we go. And I'll explain to you why I like the product as I'm putting it on. So I don't want to make this intro any longer, so I'm just going to jump right into the video. I have already put my eyelid primer on. I'm just going to set it with some Coty Airspun powder, which is an old favorite. I did see that they have one that has extra coverage, which I'm going to try to get next time I have the extra money to go buy it. So I just want to make sure it's really set. Alright, so I'm going to jump into the Stila palette now. And on a fluffy brush, let me see, I'm going to be starting with this peach shade right here. And it has a nice big mirror on here, so you can use that mirror. That's why I love this palette. It's just so, it's compact, but it has a lot of stuff to it. The colors are a little bit powdery, but they're not like crazy where you can't handle it, and the color is good enough to where it doesn't matter. Now, I love Stila products. I don't have that many of them. I do have her one concealer, and then I have one of the glitter eye, liquid eyeshadows. I always say liquid eyeliners. And then this palette right here. And that's all I have of Stila. I've never tried any of her other products. I've never had the money to go out and spend, you know, $30 on a eyeshadow at one time, unless I'm buying a huge palette, and then, you know, I still try to stick to cheaper palettes. So that was my first shade, which you can actually see, which is rare, because normally I put the first shade on with my camera, because I use my phone to film. Normally you can't really see it. So I'm glad you can. Now I'm actually going to mix that same shade I just used right here with this brown over here a little bit, but I don't want to use too much of the brown because I don't want to make it too dark. Just to start getting some dimension in there, I'm adding a little bit of brown. I love her shimmer shades in this palette. They're really nice shades. I like the tones, and they last for a really long time, so. I just figured now that this palette's been out for a while, you could probably get it a lot cheaper than what it was originally. I think this palette was like $38 when it first came out. But like I said, I got it at TJ Maxx. I think I got it for like $7.99, so I got really lucky. You can see how these colors just blend really nicely into each other. They're not like overly, like overbearing with color, but they're not like, you know, waste of time at all. Like there's some colors I feel are a waste of time to use because you don't get enough color payoff on it. And this is not like that. This is a great palette. See, you can see it already. You see the definition I just brought in here. And you can see that peachy shade around it. Alright. Now I'm going to get a smaller brush, and I'm going to go into the burgundy shade. Oh, sorry guys. Right here. That's actually supposed to be a blush. I'm just going to use that in an angled, fluffy angled brush. I don't know, what is wrong with me? I can't talk right today. I've been like that all day. Now I'm going to take this color and put it right here in my outer V. These colors blend so nicely into each other. There's like no effort whatsoever. Can you see definition already? Maybe I'll zoom these in. I'm going to zoom these in a little bit to do the other eye. I just want you guys to see, I know it's very close. You can see my little enemy here. But I just want you guys to see how easy it is to blend these colors. So I'm going to try to keep my mirror out of the way. And there's great pigmentation. And it effortlessly blends right in. Like it's like nothing to it. Just blends in so easily. I'll bring this in a little bit further. It's not a blotchy color. It doesn't skip. If there is any skipping ever, it's because my eyelids are, the skin's getting looser as I get older. So that's why. I'm going to go into the rose gold shade right here. And then I'll use that for my inner corner and brow bone once I get my brows on. This color is one of my favorite rose gold colors. I'll show you why in a second. Now it's just a regular dry brush. I mean, Stila knows how to do shimmer shadows. I don't know what the difference with her formula is, but I hope you can see that how good that is. I'm sorry if I'm talking nasally. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I've been stuffy every day. So there's one. You can see the shine. You see I turn my head, it actually turns almost white, it looks like on camera. So there's that. Alright. So what I normally do to make sure the color is set down right, like I don't like putting a wet brush into my palette. So what I do is I spray my brush after I put the shadow on, and I'll intensify it. I'll intensify the shadow by just taking a wet brush and tapping it over it. It works the same as dipping back and forth between, spraying the brush and dipping into the shadow. It works exactly the same if you just wet the brush and tap it over it. I just don't like to ruin my palettes by putting a wet brush in it. Now, I'm pretty sure you can see the difference in the intensity. I'll make sure you can in a second. And I try to tap it around mostly, because if you do rub it, it might rub some of the color off, but let me know if you can see the difference in the color when you're watching it once I put the Fix Plus on it. There is a black shadow in here, and it's a very nice black color. I'm going to... Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean for that to happen. It's because I'm zoomed in more. I don't know why my lights react differently. But I'm going to dip my brush into that black shade right here, and I'm going to define my lash line area with it. Alright, so there's the top. Now before I do the bottom, I'm going to use my foundation. Like I said, I'm going to be using the Matte and Poreless. It's the Maybelline Fit Me. And I'm not putting any primer on now. I am just going to spray my face with the Smashbox Primer Water real quick. This is a collab with Nicole Concealio. It's one of my favorite primer waters. I know there are a few different brands that have it, but this is my personal favorite.
And this is one of my absolute favorite foundations. I'm probably going to fast forward through this part for you.
Alright, so now that I look all crazy and extra pale, my favorite concealer right now is the Revlon Candid. It reminds me of the Tarte Shape Tape, but without, Tarte Shape Tape dries out underneath my eyes. after a little while. And this doesn't do that, but it still has the awesome coverage that the Shape Tape has. It looks like a lot, but it's really not. It really does have the same coverage, like you'll see in a minute. Should make sure I get as close as I can. When using dark colors, I like to make sure that I really have a bright under eye. And this here is like effortless to blend, just like the Shape Tape. It has that great brightening effect. So I'm going to fast forward me putting this on so it doesn't take forever. Okay, so now I got all that on. You can see how much coverage it has. Like my bags, there's no cover in them because that's actually like an indent there. But when you look at me straight forward, you can't see any of my dark circles or anything. So before I set this, I'm going to be using the Rimmel Lasting Finish 24-Hour Breathable Concealer, but I'm going to be using it as my contour. This is in the shade, what is it? 600 Dark. And I just bring it in here. Wherever you would normally put a cream contour, I put this. And then like up here, before I set my face. I'm actually running low on it now. I do my nose contour with it, which is actually pretty easy to do for a nose contour. As long as you don't have a lot of product on the sponge, you could just use the sponge itself. You don't have to put any extra product out. And then it's pretty simple. And right there. I'm going to blow my nose first. It takes a second to do. And then I'll get into my face. I didn't want to fast forward through this because I want you to see how easy it is to do. Because I was always terrified of cream contours. But this made me not terrified of it. And if I were to go too far, all I do is take the other end of my sponge and then, tap over. But I wouldn't go too far. I should have done it to show you. And if I use a little bit too much, I'll just bring a little more down here. Bring it around my hairline. It looks like it would be a mess really quick, and it can be, but I don't think it can with this. Like with a cream contour, I'd be terrified of what I just did. But with this, I'm not, because it really is that easy. Like if you want to lighten a spot, like just take your sponge over a little extra and it's lightened. Like it's really not that big of a deal when it comes to this. It's very simple and easy to do a cream contour with. And that's why I did fast forward. I think I already said that, but you guys know I'm pretty thorough. So anyway, now I'm going to use my Coty Airspun right here to set only the spots that I have the lighter concealer. Sorry, I didn't mean my ring taps against the container. It makes that loud noise.
I'm going to take this, I'm going to set under my eyes. My temple area. Right here on my forehead. I don't know why my light is shining like... Yeah, I pink clear spot in my little light spots here. All the spots I went lighter.
Alright, so now for bronzer, my favorite bronzer right now is not even really a bronzer. It's a face powder, but it's the Mannequin D'Or Step 2, and it's in the shade Flawless Tan. So that's the container. There's the bronzer. And I'm just going to use this over where I did the darker cream contouring. This is like my wintertime favorite. I think I got this out of an Ipsy bag one day, and 1 month. And it's just been my favorite since. But mostly for wintertime, because it's a lot lighter than my regular bronzer, so. Now my favorite wintertime blush is the same one I use most of the summer, which is the Leche and Gold Rose Gold Blush. And it kind of looks funny now because I've used so much of it, so I can get it in there. There we go. And this puts like a flushed look, but like a highlighted look too. So it just gives you that extra highlight. Alright, so I'm going to set this real quick, and I'm going to set it with, where'd it go? This is actually the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray I put in the MAC Fix Plus bottle, because this bottle was empty, and my Morphe bottle broke. So I don't know if that's a flaw with their design, or if it was just my specific bottle. I bet you guys can guess what highlighter I'm going to use. I'm sure you can, because I rant and rave about this highlighter all the time. It is the Wet n Wild Precious Petals. I'm in my new one here. Apparently the Nat likes it too. My highlighting brush. And you'll see in about 2 seconds why this is my favorite. By the end of this video, you're not going to be able to see me. With all the glowing stuff I'm using. My lights are just going to blind me out. Now, I'm going a little bit out of order with my makeup. I normally don't do it in this order. But, wow, I'm like really brighted out here. I wonder why. Let me zoom these out just a tiny bit. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why it's doing this. It never does this. Not this bad. Normally it's only when I'm out of frame. But maybe it's gotta look like the Tin Man right now with all my glowing, wintertime glowing products. But you can see all that there. Alright, so now I'm going to move on to my brows. Now my favorite eyebrow thing lately has been the e.l.f. pomade right here. And this is in the shade medium brown. Sorry, setting powder all over my face. And my favorite brush for it lately has been the Milani brush. And it has the spoolie on one end and the regular brush on the other. I'm going to fast forward me doing my brows, otherwise it would take like another hour. Alright, so now I'm done putting my brows on. I'm going to set them with my favorite brow gel. And this is a really good dupe for the Benefit Gimme Brow. This is the LA Colors Browy Wowie Tinted Brow Gel. That's $2 compared to $24, I think. for the benefit. And I swear the stuff is almost exactly the same. It's a comparable dupe, but so close to it. I just have to wipe off all the extra that's on the spoolie because it does pull out a lot because it is a tiny spoolie. And I just go in with a light hand. Sorry, you can probably hear my cat right there. She's been snoring behind me and making all sorts of noises, and she just growled at the dog. Here. There you go. There's my brows. Now, for finishing my eyes, I'm going to be using, again, the Stila palette. Right here. I'm going to take that dark brown on a flat definer brush here. And I'm going to put the dark brown in my outer lower lash line area. Can you stop it? He's not bothering you. Alright, so there's the dark color in the outer part. I'm going to be using one of our new brushes that I got from BoxyCharm. This mini flat angled Deluxe 111, and you can see it there, how it's flat and angled there. And I'm going to go into that first shade we used right here. I'm just going to blend that color in. There we go. Then I'm going to take the regular rounded top brush. It's mini round, sorry. And I'm going to dip it into the pink shade right there. Sorry, I always forget about the mirrors. I don't know why. I'm using this for my inner corner. Right there. It's a bright inner corner highlight. There we go. Yeah, a little bit. There we go. You can see that pretty good. Yeah. Alright. So now for eyeliner. My absolute favorite eyeliner is the Wet n Wild pencil. It says it's a crayon. So it's about this big now. This is my favorite black eyeliner. For a brown eyeliner, I use this dual-ended eyeliner, and this is a CoverGirl True Blend, or True Naked. So I use that one if I want brown. There's a dark brown here, and there's a bronzy brown there. And if I want black, I use the Wet n Wild teensy tiny one now. I'm going to use the black one. Alright, there's the eyeliner. Now my favorite mascaras, I've spoken about this quite a few times. This is the Soap and Glory Thick and Fast mascara. So it's going to blind you either way. I'm sorry. I'll try to do it the best way I can. There you go. This has been my favorite mascara for over a year now. No mascara has topped it for me, because it does not make my lashes nasty and chunky and clumpy and gross, but it does give me volume, length, and, you know, it does something for my lashes, so. I have a gnat in here, it's driving me crazy. Alright, there's that. So you can see it did something for my lashes. You can see them. Filled them out, you know, made them thicker, fuller. So I feel like I know I have to do my lips still, but I feel like I'm forgetting something. This is the Jersey Shore brand chapstick that I got from Ipsy. Whoa, did you see that gnat? He flew right up to the camera. Get out of here, gnat. Sorry about that. You guys just got up close and personal with a gnat. So, that's my favorite chapstick right now. And for lips, my favorite gloss right now, or lip topper, is the Havana Camila Cabello lip gloss right here. That is my absolute favorite. Now for lip color, if I was going to use a lip color, I would have to say I'm still stuck on the Ofra Verona right here, and I'll swatch that for you. There you go, right there. So that's it for all my favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed the way I did my favorite video this month. And sorry, I was looking for my setting spray. There we go. I hope you guys liked my video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Bye, guys.